Good morning, welcome to the Leniverse. I am Leni. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. I have avoided looking at the shortlist announcement for the Women's Prize until I had the chance to sit down in front of the camera. I'm very nervous now. I have realized since I did my predictions yesterday that although I do love all 6 books that I put on my personal shortlist, there are 3 that I definitely want to see on the shortlist more than the others. And those 3 are Ghost, Rudderless Night, and Then She Fell. And I am feeling fairly confident about the first 2 and maybe a bit less so about the third. So I am bracing for disappointment, and I'm going to bring up the announcement. Fingers crossed. There we go. Not looking in case they bring up an image of the books before they announce each one. Not looking. Okay, The Run. Not super surprising. And the Ghost, yes. Okay. And Rudderless Night. Oh, yes. Okay, this is looking good so far. What? Restless Dolly Monde? Okay, that was unexpected. River East, River West. Okay, I haven't read that one yet. Gives me something to do. And Soldier Sailor. Yes. Was that 6? Well, I'm happy for Soldier Sailor. It does belong on the list. Definitely. Okay, I got 2 out of my top 3. Okay, this isn't as bad as last year when they put Pod on the shortlist instead of Wandering Souls, but I am a little bit, Dolly Mondes, really? I mean, I didn't hate that, but it was just fine. Okay. I was kind of looking forward to reading something that isn't the Women's Prize for Fiction now. And I figured if the 2 books that I haven't read yet, if they didn't make the shortlist, then they could wait until whenever. But now it seems I have to read River East, River West, at least. I am sad for And Then She Fell. I do know that a lot of people have considered that to be a bit chaotic and... okay, never mind. I got 3 of my picks, and my one spare it's not in my top 6, but they might pick this, so I guess I didn't do too badly. So okay, I have been a bit torn between really wanting to read other things and not wanting to completely disengage with this prize when the winner isn't announced until June. And I was thinking, okay, I do at least have some book reviews to film. But now I also have another shortlist book to read. Before I do that though, I am really going to take a break. In part because I promised my younger teen that once the shortlist is announced, I will actually take the time to read one of his favorite series. And it is the Books of Byron by Shannon Hale. It's a 4-book series. And I did take a break earlier in my Women's Prize reading to read the first one, The Goose Girl, and yes, it is based on the fairy tale, and yes, it is very predictable even if you don't know the fairy tale. What he told me, what my kid told me, was that the first book especially is very limited by the structure of the fairy tale, and that the character of the goose girl is also very limited to. Well, she has a personality. Her function in the book is basically that of having magic and being the princess who is supposed to live happily ever after in the end. And he also said that the last two books of the series are really good, and that it was very interesting to see the author sort of the writing improve with the series, and as the world gets established and she frees herself more from the fairy tale structure and makes it her own world. And I'm rather impressed with him for being able to articulate all of this, actually seeing it in the books and explaining it to me. So I am, I'm actually quite excited to get to at least the last two books. And he said that the first one was the weakest in terms of plot. The second one is the weakest in terms of he didn't like the main character, which I find intriguing because the book is called Anna Burning, and you meet Anna in the first book, and I quite liked her there. So we'll see. So I will definitely read them, and then I can read River East, River West. And I'm also really looking forward to finally being able to pick up The Stand again, because I read the first part and then it's kind of been on hold for a month. Yeah, come on, Women's Prize, give me my reading life back. I'm glad there was only one book shortlisted that I haven't read already. And actually, speaking of, there's also the non-fiction prize, which I said I was not going to read all of, and I'm still not. But of the shortlist, I have already read one, Doppelganger, and I have started another, Thunderclap. I'm looking forward to getting back to that as well. I haven't gotten very far in it, but it's a gorgeous book. It's just, I'm kind of almost a bit sad that they had this at the library, that I didn't have to buy it, because it's, good production values. The paper quality is really good, and they have like prints of the photos. They're not big enough to actually make out all the details that the text is talking about, but still, it's I'm looking forward to that. And on audio from the library, I have How to Say Babylon, and I also bought the ebook of Flatlands. I think that's what it's called. So that's 4 out of 6 shortlist books. I'm not going to get further than that by the time they announce the winner, but it would be cool to get through those 4. And I also have the dictionary people out from the library, so I'm going to have to read that too. And I think, I also have 2 more from the long list. It's too much nonfiction, but I own those, so they can wait until later in the year. That would be, Wifedom and Some People Need Killing. So not on my immediate TBR, but I hope to get to them. And speaking of library books, I have a stack of library books now that I need to figure out what to do with. I have James. I think it's fairly safe to say that I won't be able to renew this, so I do need to read it as soon as possible. And I was thinking about rereading Huckleberry Finn, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn first. I wasn't sure if I wanted to, because I read that as a child when I was like, 10, 12 maybe, max. And my understanding of it then, I did read it in translation in Norwegian, so I don't know if some of the language used there, some of the slurs had been translated into maybe a milder version. And my child experience of it was that I really liked Huckleberry Finn. I thought he was somebody with a kind heart who came from really bad circumstances and had just learned bad habits from his surroundings. And this journey with James, who I remember as Jim, kind of taught him to reevaluate everything that he had been taught by his horrible family and the people around him, and it just, to exceed the extremely low expectations that his surroundings had of him, and to become the man that he had it in himself to be. And also, it was just cool to have a child being able to be useful and resourceful and help someone. And I kind of worry that reading it now as an adult, I will, get a much lower opinion of him and of the book in general. Because I can definitely see how it would be sort of a white people learn that racism is bad kind of book. But obviously that's what we have this one to fix afterwards. Because I remember also liking The Adventures of Tom Sawyer when I was a child, and I tried to read that to my younger one, maybe both of them, definitely to my younger child when many years ago now, and we DNF'd it halfway through because my kid was just like, no, this boy is awful to people, and when he isn't awful to people, he's just chasing after a girl, and see his point. But I also remember liking Huckleberry Finn a lot more than I liked Tom Sawyer. That Tom Sawyer actually was a bit of an ass to Huck. So yeah, I definitely need to read that. And yeah, I have a few other books as well that I might not be able to renew. So I'm still going to be quite busy. No time to fall into a slump because I finished my long list reading. Which again, I haven't. Oh. Yeah, wild. Who is going to win? Is it going to be Anne Enright? Is she going to be the first, Booker and Women's Prize winner? That would be kind of cool. Or are they going to go with Enter Ghost? I mean, if they go with Enter Ghost and then with Doppelganger for the non-fiction, that would be the Women's Prize going very political. That would be cool too. I also think Soldier Sailor stands a good chance. Yeah, wow. Okay. River East, River West it is. But first, yeah, a few books with magic and a guaranteed happy ending. I think I could use that now after a long list with a lot of sad mothers and not that many happy endings. Don't know if you can hear that or not, but there's like this huge vehicle beeping and backing up outside. So yeah, don't know if my microphone is picking that up, but anyway, I am going to say bye-bye for now, and hopefully I'll be back with some reviews and stuff. And filming in the morning on bin day is clearly not a great idea. Okay, bye-bye.